school assignments for agents number 3 and number 4. Thank you for your attention. Your first mission is to review the appropriate steps which must be taken by field technicians or splice service technicians when they complete line and station transfer work affiliated with an installation type service order request. Your second mission is to review the procedures used by central office technicians when they complete LSTs within the central office. Thank you both and good luck. This tape will self-destruct in 3 seconds.
LST procedures? Who's he kidding? It's impossible.
I know what you're saying, but we've done a lot of impossible things, right?
Yeah, that's true. We did get the Jets to win a game, huh?
And we programmed your sister's VCR.
Yeah, found a New York City cab driver who didn't have to ask directions to Radio City.
And a polite postal worker in Boston.
Really? Look, I'm not saying we're not good. Of course we're good. Come on, LST procedures are out of our league.
You're right. We better consult.
Number 3 here.
This is number 4. I have 2 suggestions. A, we hand this mission over to Agent NYNEX, and B, we call George's for a large pizza with extra cheese.
Good idea. Should we employ the cone of silence?
Definitely.
1040. Okay, stepping into the cone of silence. Over and out.
Like Agent Q requested, in this video we're going to review the appropriate steps which must be taken by field techs when they complete line and station transfer work associated with an installation type service request. And by field techs we mean splice service technicians as well. Then we'll review the procedures used by CO techs when they complete LSTs within the central office. Hi, this is Jim McDermott for NYNEX Training and Education. As you know, if this work is not done in tandem and according to procedure, it can result in numerous communication deficiencies and/or breakdowns for the customer. In this refresher course, we will explain what constitutes a line and station transfer. We will detail the correct reading and interpretation of an LST work request. That is, the reading and interpretation involved in both the service order, which the field techs receive, and in the output from the Frame Operations Management System, FORMS, which is what the CO tech deals with. We will outline all the steps necessary to fully complete an LST, both in the outside plant network and within the CO. And we will reinforce the need for verification, coordination, and customer notification while performing LST work. As a footnote, we'd like to remark that LST work should only be done in conjunction with the provisioning of installation service and should not be confused with repair work. With repair work, the emphasis should be on locating and fixing the trouble, not on utilizing an LST. An LST, or a line and station transfer, is a work operation that is used to provide telephone service to a subscriber in an area where there are no spares or available cable pair facilities. The need for an LST is determined here at the assignment center. Here's how it usually works. Most of the time, a customer's request for service follows the standard operating procedure. The local service negotiation center processes the request and then forwards it here to the assignment center for assignment of cable and pair facilities, serving terminal location, line number, and originating equipment. The service order is then transmitted to the appropriate WFM group for eventual dispatch and due date completion. If the assignment center, however, cannot find spare facilities in the subscriber's serving terminal, then the center forwards the order to the design build team, DBT, where assignment personnel will initiate an LST to free up a spare cable pair in order to serve the customer. It is then, after the assignment of correct facilities and terminal information, that a new installation service order with an LST requirement contained in the assignment section is dispatched from WFA to a field tech for completion. And so the process for actually completing the LST begins when a field tech receives the work request. Now, in order to complete LST work successfully, it is imperative that the field tech work in tandem with the CO tech, that they review and verify all facility information on a service order prior to the physical start of LST work. Because if line and station transfers are worked independently or performed incorrectly, they have the potential to generate customer trouble reports such as can't be called, No dial tone? Here's others on the line. In order to avoid these problems, it is very important that you determine, prior to beginning the physical work, exactly what will be required to connect the subscriber's new installation request and complete the LST. What I'm talking about here is the ability to read and interpret the LST work request. So let's have a closer look at this service order and then run through the steps you need to take before actually starting the physical work. The closer look shows you that the LST actually consists of two separate jobs: a new installation at the subscriber's premises and a cable pair transfer on an existing telephone number. First, review the assignments section of the order and determine the new facilities assigned to provision installation service to the customer's premises. Identify the telephone number associated with the new installation request, in this case 508-887-9086. Identify the correct serving terminal and its location. In this example, it is Pole 2, Thoreau Road. Identify the correct cable pair and binding post by its color and/or number. Here it is Cable 12, pair 356, binding post 6. Next, review the assignment section again to determine the out and in facilities assigned to the telephone number being transferred. Identify the telephone number of the line being transferred, 508-887-0950. Identify the correct serving terminal and its location, Pole 68, School Street. Identify the correct out cable pair and binding post by color and/or number, Cable 12, pair 356, blue-white binder, red-blue pair. Identify the correct in cable pair and binding post by color and/or number, Cable 12, pair 285, slate-white binder, white-blue pair. Now that we've seen a checklist on how field techs should read and interpret a service order containing an LST, let's take a look at the physical work activities involved in completing the LST. And remember, as I stated earlier, the LST procedure actually consists of two distinct jobs: a new service installation and a cable pair transfer on an existing telephone number. As to the first step, you start by notifying the customer requesting the new installation that an LST will be completed prior to connecting the new line to his or her premises. Next, you visit that customer's serving terminal location. While at the new customer's serving terminal, make a quick test of the cable pairs in the terminal to determine if there are any unidentified spares available. This may take a couple of extra minutes, but if a spare is found, it would eliminate the need to complete the time-consuming LST work. If, however, no spares are available, then you would verify that the new cable pair and binding post assigned in the service order appears at that particular serving terminal. And then, using ANA, automatic number announcement, you verify that the existing telephone number contained on the LST shows at the new binding post. And finally, utilizing a Craft Access System, CAS terminal, or an Intelligent Field Access System, IFAS device, you verify that there is no existing trouble condition on that new cable pair and binding post. As to the next activity, you start by visiting the serving terminal location of the telephone number involved in the LST transfer. You employ ANA to identify the existing telephone number and then verify that that number is working on the out cable pair and binding post as noted on the LST. And then you check for polarity on the out binding post and cross-connect wire. Next, you turn your attention to the in cable pair and binding post noted on the LST. You verify that it is a spare pair and then employ a CAS terminal or IFAS device to determine that the spare pair contains no evidence of a trouble condition. After all these steps have been taken, you then inform the customer involved with the LST that work is about to be done on the line.
Yes, Mrs. Jones, we're working on your line. We'll have it all squared away for you in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
At this point, coordination with the central office technician becomes paramount to a successful LST. So now is the time to call the CO tech and acknowledge that you are ready to complete the LST in the field. You provide the CO tech with the service order number and verify together the work details involved with the LST and the new installation request on that order. Then you jointly conduct a test for the LST transfer on the spare in-cable pair and in order to verify continuity of the pair from the central office out to the field. If successful, you alert the CO Tech to begin LST work in the central office while you work at the serving terminal involved with the transfer. You disconnect the cross-connect wire from the out binding post and reconnect it to the in binding post. Verify that the transferred telephone number now appears on the in cable pair and binding post, and then test for polarity. The transfer complete, you inform the customer involved with the LST that the work has been finished and the line is working once again. You now return to the serving terminal of the new service customer to complete the installation there. You verify that the new cable pair and binding post, as noted in the service order, is now spare and available to complete the cross-connect wiring from the serving terminal to the subscriber's premises. You complete the new installation work and then notify the customer.
I think this is a marvelous picture. The role of the FT is being played with great gusto. And might I add, intelligence?
I couldn't agree with you more, number 3. The information is difficult, yet it's being presented clearly and concisely, and with a great deal of style.
Precisely. And they've managed to hit all the key points. Notification, verification,
And coordination.
coordination, of course.
Now, I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Me too. Way, way up.
Now, where is that pizza?
Yeah.
Now it's time to look at the CO Tech's responsibilities. Basically, in terms of LST procedure within the central office, we're going to be stressing some of the same key elements we voiced earlier, principally work request verification and field tech and CO Tech coordination. If central office LST work is not handled correctly or done in conjunction with the field tech's efforts outside, the potential for causing customer trouble reports is magnified. Okay, let's go through the paces from the beginning. The central office receives a new installation order from FOMS containing a separate need for an LST transfer. Now, because work requests are transmitted and processed via the FOMS system, they look like this. Notice that it is formatted into 2 distinct jobs, the NI order and the LST. The CO Tech's first step should be to verify all facilities information on the work request. In other words, it is now the CO Tech's turn to read and interpret the new installation order and LST. The CO Tech identifies the correct number, originating equipment, and cable pair assigned to the new installation request. Telephone number 508-887-9086, originating equipment 002622, cable 12, pair 356. Identifies the existing number, originating equipment, and out cable pair for the line being transferred. 508-887-0950, originating equipment 001-0660, cable 12, pair 356. Identifies the correct in cable pair for the line being transferred. Cable 12, pair 285. Locates the out cable pair on the vertical side of the main distribution frame, MDF, and uses ANA to verify that the line number to be transferred is working on the out cable pair on the LST. Locates the in cable pair on the vertical side of the MDF and conducts a test of the spare in cable pair on the LST with the field technician to verify continuity of pairs from the central office out to the field. Informs the field tech that the LST work request is ready to begin in the central office. Like the field tech, the CO Tech approaches an LST and new installation order as 2 separate jobs. Let's begin with the LST. On the horizontal side of the MDF, the CO Tech locates the originating equipment for the number being transferred on the LST. Then, looking at the vertical side of the MDF, locates the out cable pair on the LST transfer. The CO Tech determines if the existing jumper cross wire found on the out cable pair will swing or reach the spare in cable pair. If it doesn't reach, remove the old jumper and connect a new jumper from the existing line equipment on the horizontal side of the MDF to the spare in cable pair on the vertical side of the MDF. Next, the CO Tech confirms with the field tech that the line number on the LST has been transferred to the correct in cable pair in both the central office and in the field. Using ANA, you verify that the line number in the LST is now working on the in cable pair. Then conduct a test in the out cable pair on the LST to verify that the pair is now spare and free of any trouble condition. That's the LST. All the CO Tech has to do now is to complete the new installation order. To do that, run a new jumper from the new line equipment to the spare cable pair assigned to the order. And that, as they say, is that. As you can see, there are many critical steps that need to be followed by both field techs and CO techs in order to complete line and station transfers correctly and in a quality manner. However, the key elements to successful completion are: 1. Notification of customers prior to and immediately following LST activity. 2. The need for field techs and CO techs to review and verify all of the facility information provided on the LST and new installation request prior to beginning the work. 3. Close coordination and communication between the central office and field tech while working on the LST. Finally, you must remember that LST work has the potential to cause unnecessary customer trouble reports if not performed correctly.
Pizza man! Wait a minute. What if it's not?
You're right. It could be a trick.
Better follow procedure.
My feelings precisely. Notify, verify, and...
Coordinate. Okay, notification. I am going to the door.
Good. I am also following.
Okay, verification. I am at the door.
Good. I am also at the door.
Okay, wise guy. Time to coordinate. Who's there?
George's Pizza.
Gee, finally.
Hey guys, it's gonna be $12.50.
Hey, look, Pally, we don't have any money for you, but today is your lucky day.
That's right, because this pizza gives you a free LST.
You do know what an LST is, don't you, Pally? Huh?
You guys, you said LST? LST? Do I know? What do you take me for? An LST. That's a line and station transfer. A line and station transfer is a work operation used to provide telephone service to a customer in an area where there are no spares, or, cable pair facilities. Now, the need for an LST is determined at the assignment center. Let me tell you something. This is a cool place. Now, I took my girlfriend there once, and we're not together anymore. I don't think it's related, but the normal work request comes in to the guys, I was telling you about LST. I took my girlfriend there once. We're not really together anymore. I don't know if
This
it's
concludes
connected.
our video on line and station transfers. Please refer to these courses offered by NYNEX Training and Education for more information on this topic.